the other thing that I want you to note, because if we have this ability for sight, the canaliculi, okay? Look at our blood supply. Not only do I have blood supply coming up this way, okay? Note, I've got blood supply going this way through the bone. I have it horizontal and vertical. Why? Because, first of all, depending upon the bone that we're looking at, okay, we have the spongy bone to the inside. We've got the compact bone to the outside. And in looking at this structure right here, from here to here, it's representing my compact bone. This part that's down through here that looks spongy, okay, that's going to end up being my spongy bone. And the area for my marrow, that sort of thing. Okay? Now, because that structure that I have right there, that structure is what is allowing this bone to be living material. Now, think back for a second to our cartilage, okay? Cartilage was, once we had the mature cells, okay, all it did was simply maintain, all right? We don't see regrowth. We don't see healing. We don't see repair. Is that correct? Okay. Hyaline, yes. Okay. But we're going to look at that. All right. But for the most part, when we hear cartilage, we don't think of any type of repair, remodeling, growth, or anything, right? What we got is what we got. All right. So, because our bone is living tissue, osteoclasts, okay, the cell that now allows for breaking down that material, become very active cells. All right? In bone tissue, osteoclasts are going to be busy. And they're pretty cool looking too. Okay? What we see is with the osteoclast, they're going to be able to have like a little ruffled border, all right? Because that's plasma membrane, plasma membrane, plasma membrane, plasma membrane. More plasma membrane, more surface area that I have, okay? Now, what they'll do is they'll come up and on the bone matrix, go into the bone matrix, okay? Now, they'll create a sealed in area, and look what they do. H ions, hydrogen ions are pumped across this membrane. So we're down now in the cement of that bone. Well, they'll start out like this, okay? They'll start out at the point of that cement, and they'll release those H pluses. H pluses make something acidic. So if we're making something acidic, we now get to break down that concrete, which is hydroxyapatite, the calcium phosphate. All right? So it's doing this number, and it's going to go down and go down and go down until we hit the rebar, which is going to be those collagen fibers. Okay? In the meantime, it's releasing the calcium phosphate into the bloodstream. All right? So anytime we break down the bone, we're releasing those minerals, the calcium phosphate, into the bloodstream. Because, what did I say about our need for these minerals in the body? What systems? Where am I going to need these minerals? I did. Can you say that a little louder?
Yeah, we need calcium for many stuff to work, especially like the nervous system.
The muscles, organs, kidneys. We're going to need it everywhere. So, we know that bone is a good place to store it, because that's what we do, right? And the hope is that we're getting enough of it through our diet, all right? Chances are we're not. We've talked about that, okay? So what's going to happen, because, and trust me on this, all right, the body, the regulation that it has on calcium, it is, the fluctuation that it's going to allow on calcium is so small and so tight, okay? It does not mind breaking down bones to get the calcium. It has no problem whatsoever. So, osteoclasts, they're going to serve a function of being able to help to break down that bone, but they're going to work while we try to maintain calcium levels. If bone needs to grow and remodel, if bone needs to repair. So the osteoclasts are going to function in many different ways. Now, remember how I said I was going to introduce you to another cell, okay? Let's look at this for a second. What did I say were the components of this system? There are 4 things that are the components of this system. Bone, cartilage, tendons, ligaments. All right? So we have 4 components of this system. Cartilage, 3 types. Hyaline, fibrocartilage, elastic. Which of those 3 did I say are the blueprint for bone? Itty bitty baby is born. Itty bitty baby, 90% cartilage. But itty bitty baby has to grow, and that cartilage that's giving them structure for arms, legs, back, hips, shoulders, neck, okay? It has to harden into bone. We end up with these areas that we know as growth plates. All right? What kind of cartilage did I say was present in those areas? The hyaline cartilage. So, let me think about this for a second. I have my blueprint for bone. So that tells me that I'm going to find that when itty bitty baby is born and when it has to grow, that hyaline cartilage is my blueprint for what's going to turn into a humerus, a radius, an ulna, a carpal, a metacarpal, a phalange, that's going to turn into a hip bone, a femur, a tibia, a fibula, tarsal, metatar. You see where I'm going with this? So, wait a minute. Think about this again. All right, so if bone is dynamic, meaning build up, break down, repair. If a bone breaks and healing has to occur, does it automatically get replaced with bone tissue, hardened bone tissue, as the repair occurs? If that were the case, you would not need a cast. What? The first thing that has to take place in the repair of a bone is for the cartilage model to show up. So if I were to go out, fall down the stairs, break my femur, go to the hospital, get it fixed, be in a cast for 6 to 8 weeks, when they take the cast off, what has formed is a nice cartilage model of repair. How long does it take for that to become the hardened bone that I need in my femur? Up to 2 years. It's the reason if a bone breaks, they tell you, don't go back out and do what you were doing when you broke the bone, because it's not ready. It takes up to 2 years for it to be completely remodeled back into bone. Now, that tells me that I need stem cells. I need stem cells that can become my cartilage that is needed, and then I need the stem cells for the bone that will be needed. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe. Okay.